toss that? Thank you very much.
No.
Okay. Just
Second base, we've got number 21, Clay Battle, Frontier Community out.
Game time.
Shortstop today, number 8, Andrew Patrick.
When you plug this in, though, you might have to change.
Playing for the... Oh, I can hear it. Hey!
Oh, he's going to the camera. Hello, welcome back to Foundation Field for some more GLSCL action. This is the Joes versus the Grand Lake Mariners as we see a beautiful first pitch thrown out here at the field. Just had a great national anthem a couple of minutes ago. And the Joes looking to pick up where they left off yesterday. Saw a losing streak or a win streak get cut at 7 just a couple of days ago, but a big win yesterday. Coming back and fighting their way to a 4-1 victory just 24 hours ago against the Copperheads. As they're doing the national anthems here at the park, we'll do the same. Riley Hawthorne DH tonight will lead things off for the Joes. Bennett Clement will play center field. Nick Wimmers behind the dish this time will bat third. Batting fourth, Clay Badalak playing second base. Walker Bridges, the third baseman at the hot corner for the Joes, he'll bat fifth. Caden Konzak in right field, he'll bat sixth. Tristan Melvin, after a hot day at the plate yesterday, gets another start. He'll start in left field, batting seventh. Batting eighth, Parker Lester getting the chance over there at first base tonight. And rounding things out for the Joes, Andrew Patrick in the 9-hole playing shortstop. And leading your Joes on the mound tonight is Clay Brock. Luke, we saw a good fight yesterday and a very good pitching performance just 24 hours ago. What are we looking for tonight for the Joes?
Yeah, we're looking for, I think, the Joes just to continue to build upon that momentum that they got back yesterday. We talk about the winning streak and how it was ended, but if you wanted to frame it in a positive way for the Joes, you could say now that they've won 8 of 9 instead of that they've won, 1 of 1 after that winning streak having been snapped. But I think the Joes still riding pretty high off that. Talked to a couple of guys, Walker Bridges, after that off day. He said they came out a little bit flat, felt a little bit sluggish out of that off day once they had another game under their belt. They really looked good yesterday. Looked right back in that win streak form and just trying to continue that here tonight.
Well, leading things on the mound, we mentioned Clay Brock, a Norseman from Northern Kentucky University, junior, 6'2", throws right at the Liberty Township, Ohio, just down the street. Already got 1 win on the season, making start number 3, appearance number 3. 8 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks, 5 hits. What are we looking to see from Brock here tonight, Luke?
Yeah, Brock dominates on the mound. That's his thing. He's not a guy who's going to give up a lot of runs. He just is able to put down hitters rather efficiently. He's done that all season long. Hasn't given up an earned run yet in 8 innings of work. Has given up just 1 run off 5 hits. And he's a guy that can just manufacture outs. And good to see him back on the mound. I believe this is his first start since announcing his transfer from Central Michigan to Northern Kentucky, and that is indeed true, with his last start being over a week ago against the Richmond Jazz.
Yeah, we did see a scout come here to try to look at him, but he's already committed.
He's committed to Northern Kentucky. Out of the portal from Central Michigan. Played a couple of seasons for the Chippewas. And now announced that he's coming back locally. As you mentioned, he's a local guy from Liberty Township. Played high school ball for the CHCA Eagles, perennial powerhouse in Division III for the OHSAA. Seemed like they're a top 5 team in the state pretty much every single year. And they produce a lot of D1 talent, with Clay Brock just being one of their alumni.
We'll lead things off here at Foundation Field with Tucker Hagan. Will stride himself in. Get his first at-bat of the day. We have to mention the Grand Lake Mariners come in the worst team in the GLSCO in terms of batting average. We'll face the Joes, who are at the very top of that pitching category. First pitch of the game, finds the outside corner. So Clay Brock finding the fastball on the outer third. As Hagan down behind in the count to start things off. We had a very cloudy Foundation Field. That'll find the zone, and climb ahead is Clay Brock. Don't know where the sun went here in Hamilton. It was out while we were setting everything up, but it kind of peeked behind the clouds. Has 3 straight strikes as the leadoff man will be the beer batter tonight. Clay Brock off to a roll, much like that we saw yesterday from Leisure.
Yeah, Clay Brock just slamming Hagan in that first at-bat, peppering the zone, and there's nothing that Hagan could do about that last pitch other than watch it go by.
As there's the first pitch on the outside corner to Donnie Goods, sorry. Right fielder for the Mariners. As Brock's thrown 4 straight strikes. Make that 5 as that one shot probably off a car, to be completely honest. But again, 0-2. All business here to start things for Clay Brock. A long pause from Brock. Here comes the 0-2. Gonna miss upstairs. The first ball we've seen from Brock tonight. Tried to get Goods chasing upstairs. But all business for Brock. Just kind of getting his sign and working through the motions here. The 0-2 fouled off of the plate. Donnie Goods hitting 200 on the season for the Grand Lake Mariners. Only a couple of guys over 300, but with minimal at-bats, as that one will miss off the plate. Mariners losers of their last 2. Losing to the Jazz on Wednesday and the Copperheads on Thursday. As a 2-2. He chopped on the ground. Walker Bridges fielding on the backhand, going across his body. Parker Lester tried to make the tag. Wimmers on the backup, but he'll just eat it. It's going to be a tough play either way for Bridges, as he had to throw across his body all the way across the diamond. And Goods into second after an E5.
Yeah, that pulled Lester off the bag, and Lester tried to kind of make a last-ditch attempt to apply the tag on Goods. But in doing so, the ball just flew right by him. So 2 bags. Unfortunate break for Clay Brock, who was really rolling through the first couple of batters, but now he's got a man in scoring position to deal with.
We'll bring up Manny Voorhees, Mariners' third baseman. First pitch to him will find the inside corner. Clay Brock back to business. Voorhees tied at the top of this Grand Lake Mariners lineup in RBIs. Tied with a couple guys, Ebling, Hauer, just to name a few, who sit at 5. The 0-1, chop foul. Dancing out of the way over there is third base coach. And Clay Brock ahead once again. No balls, 2 strikes. Saw him retire Hagan on just 3 pitches. So he'll look to do the same here to Voorhees. He'll step off and reset the pitch clock. No official pitch clock, no counting timer, but it is umpire's discretion. He has to count or keep track of it at least. The 0-2 fouled off. Wouldn't be a hard pickup to go throw out a little timer out there. But not entirely sure what the league considers the pitch clock to be. It's rather different between every league. And the MLB do it differently than the Atlantic League, who's been the guinea pigs so far. The 0-2. Broken bat to Walker Bridges again. He'll fire across his diamond. Parker Lester coming back across. Out of the glove of Walker Bridges. Goods will advance to third on the 5-3 put out. As Goods was inching his way to third. Able to get in there safely. But crucially, 2 outs on the board for the Mariners. We'll bring up Sam Seeker. 4-hole tonight for the Mariners. 2 outs in the inning. And he'll foul off the first pitch he sees. So Clay Brock loving that fastball so far to start. Saw the great breaking ball to Hagan, the second pitch of the game. Love Seeker, the Mariners' leader in strikeouts. as Brock would surely love a big punchy here to get out of the inning. As that'll find the outside corner, and threatening again for another strikeout as Clay Brock struck out Hagen to start things off. An error put Goods on. We're looking to strand him over there at third. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Sam Seeker, as that one will miss outside. Joe's wearing their whites today after wearing black yesterday. I haven't really seen them wear black at home. So good to see him back in the whites. A little laundry day yesterday, I suppose. The 1-2. Gonna miss off the plate. So that's now a couple of batters. Goods was behind in the count with 2 strikes. He was able to work that back to even and reach his self on. And now Seeker's done the same. 2-2. Eye into the air. Walker Bridge is going over the fence. He's gonna be close. Running into the fence, rather, is Andrew Patrick, as that one will land on the other side of it, out of play. Andrew Patrick coming over with a full head of steam. Good to see he didn't hurt himself running into the fence.
Yeah, both guys crashed into it over there, and that ball was barely over the fence. I mean, just a couple of inches away from probably being caught.
Shorter fence, maybe we would have had a play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Once again to Sam Seeker. Will again foul off another pitch. Climb that Brock pitch count up one higher. We mentioned the Mariners leader in strikeouts, but doing a good job of battling here in this at-bat. Worked it even at 2-2, and then that's hit off 2 pitches foul. 2-2. They'll check, say no, he didn't go. No official instant replay. Though I don't think that's one you can challenge on currently in college baseball.
I don't think so.
We'll fill the count 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Goods over there at third. Reached after an error. That one's chopped on the ground. Battle that couple bounces. Fire over to Lester for out number 3. So 1 error leaves 1 Mariner left stranded in scoring position as the Joes get their first chance to hit here at Foundation Field. We'll be right back with more Joes. Hamilton Joe's Braceball is brought to you by All Wealth Federal Credit Union. Visit one of 2 locations in Hamilton or visit allwealth.com for special offers today. All Wealth, proud sponsor of your Hamilton Joes. Bottom of the first, 0-0 our score. Riley Hawthorne looking to lead things off, facing the right-hander of Jacob Savina. Pitching on what will be his home mound next year as he is coming into Miami Hamilton. Breaking ball going to miss low.
Yeah, Savina played this past season for Clark State. Played for former Cincinnati Steam coach Rick Antinori. Shout out to Coach Antinori. And was 6-0 at Clark State this past spring in JUCO ball. This summer he started one game, pitched 6 innings, giving up 8 hits, 3 earned runs, and struck out 5.
Hawthorne will ground that ball. It'll be a tough play. Clark ranging to his left. Showing off the range a little bit. Makes the play for out number 1. Got a new leadoff guy for the Joes. It's been Grant Miller consistently throughout the whole season so far. But Miller gets the day off. Gives way to Hawthorne, who will ground out in his first at bat. Bring up Bennett Clement, who did just change his walk-up song as well.
He's got Happy by Pharrell Williams now.
A little Pharrell. A big swing and a miss from Bennett Clement. Start things off against Savina. Clement, the 3rd batter in the GLSCL South in hitting. So send that one high into the air. Actually, have not seen him in a couple of games. Played against the Scouts. He went 2 for 4 on that one, stole a base as well. But the Scouts are rather hot so far.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's 3 or 4 in a row now for Xenia after they defeated the Cincinnati Steam today.
The 0-2 going to bounce in, try to get him to chase.
Believe Xenia's game has gone final. Now it's still in the bottom of the 9th, but 2 outs. Xenia up by 5.
But we're going to reach for that one. Going to be a tough play for Savina. Off of his hand. An infield single for Bennett Clement. Savina fell off to his left and was unable to get across. As Bennett Clement was just kind of trying to protect a little too much on that one, but works out in his favor.
Yeah, that one was probably 3 or 4 balls outside. That was pretty far outside, and Clement had to almost extend his arm straight out to reach for it. Just to be safe, I guess you could think. Don't think he meant to put that one in play, but he'll take the single when you can get it. He'll extend upon a great season at the plate.
It's been known to steal bags. As the first pitch to Nick Wimmers will miss inside. Wimmers, who's returned from his trip visiting a couple colleges, has made back-to-back starts for the Joes, this time getting a start behind the dish. 1-0. Find that inside corner. Nick Wimmers good with the runners on base, has 21 at-bats, and in those 21 at-bats, 381 as Bennett Clement takes off. The throw, not in time, as Bennett Clement beats the throw from Green, grabs another stolen base. As we've talked about time and time again, this Joes team, a team that loves aggressive base running, as Bennett Clement extends his lead on this Joes team. That's number 8 on the season for him. Puts himself in scoring position with just 1 out. Here's that one's chopped foul. Wimmer's a switch hitter. And we mentioned is in the portal. Looking for a new place to play. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. The Joes threatening here early. Jump ahead on the Mariners. That one bounces off the plate. Green a couple of hard looks as Bennett Clement took a very large lead off second base out there. I haven't seen a Joe steal third base in a couple of games. But a big lead is the 2-2 is fouled off.
Yeah, I think the base running has been toned back a little bit after the Joes had a lot of success, but then in the past few games have gotten caught a few more times probably than they wanted to. Still see them steal second rather often, but not quite as aggressive as we saw them in early season.
Full count. Gonna miss off the plate. And Wimmers will draw the walk. As another lefty will come up to plate. And Clay Badalak. Got a lot of lefties in this lineup tonight as the right-handed arm of Jacob Savina gets the start tonight. And if you're following college baseball, not sure why you're watching us instead of the College World Series, but if you are, thank you for tuning in as Ole Miss has taken a 2-0 lead in the first as the Rebs are hot. First pitch to Clay Badalak. It'll be a back pick. Bennett coming back in enough time. That's 1-0. Luke, who you got?
I'm going Sooners. I'm going they're going to take the softball-baseball double.
Ooh.
First time ever,
Yeah.
potentially.
A little history, I suppose, yeah.
Absolutely.
I got to roll with my Rebs. Hotty toddy as the 1-0 fouled off. I think it rang off the porta potty. Not too welcoming if you're out there using the porta potty. Get a foul ball rung off the top. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And 2 runners on for Clay Badalak as the Joes look to climb ahead early. Chop to second, go to second for 1. Clay Badalak legging it out, but won't be able to beat out the back end as that is a 4-6-3 double play. An absolute rally killer for the Joes. 1 hit and 1 runner left on as the 4-6-3 double play gets Savina out of the inning. We'll be right back with the second. You're watching the All Well Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. Five, 6, and 7 due up here in the top of the second inning for the Grand Lake Mariners. Vonderhaar, Clark, and Hauer. Vonderhaar, who leads this Grand Lake Mariners team in home runs. First pitch table miss level, but we've mentioned Foundation Field not a field that you're gonna see a lot of home runs and get out. We've only seen 1 so far.
Yep, and it was on opening day.
Give me false hope, as that one will find the outside corner.
8 games, no home runs since then from either side.
Yeah, we talked about it before the season. You said it wasn't a home run park.
Not a home run park.
Evan hit one, and I was like, well, I don't know about that one. Is that one's going to be a plate? Going across is Andrew Patrick, firing across the diamond. Good big stretch from Parker Lester. Looking like he owns first base over there. That's out number 1.
Circus act by Lester over on first. A full split and a windmill catch like a hockey goalie.
Exciting plays for out number 1. We'll bring up Carson Clark, who just turned a 4-6-3 double play on the other side of the scorecard. part of an inning where the Joes seemingly had something going. Grounded into the double play to end the inning and getting Savina out of danger. Parker Lester's going to field that one himself. Couple bounces to him. He'll step on the bag with ease. And a quick 2 outs for Clay Brock. I haven't gotten a chance to talk about it, but my favorite name on this roster is definitely Brandon Bacon. He's not playing today. I'm a little upset. I'm not gonna lie. But up at the plate is Jackson Howard. As that'll be in there. Clay Brock looking to get out of a second inning. That'll be the cleanest one we've seen so far. As that one will miss off the plate. Saw a number of clean innings yesterday. We saw Josh Lazier have a great outing. That one misses low. Didn't end up getting the win as Shea Hendrickson got it a little later on in the game. With Brock Narker coming on to get that save. But looking to continue the trend of good Joe's starts. The 2-1. Fouled off at the plate by Howard. A lot of twos on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in inning number 2. Clay Brock looking for strikeout number 2 in inning number 2. The 2-2. Chopped. Badalak going to field that one on the backhand, go across his body. And a 10-pitch inning for Clay Brock. 4-3 to end it, and 1-2-3 go the Mariners. Quick inning for Clay Brock as the Joes look to add a run to help him out. Bottom half of the second coming up here on the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. Welcome back to Foundation Field here for the bottom half of the second inning. Walker Bridges will lead things off for the Joes as they'll look to put a run on the board this time after they threatened in the first. Hitting .800 while leading off an inning. He'll look to continue that. Be Bridges, Konzak, and Melvin. As the Joes, middle part of the order, look to provide some offense. That'll miss low. So we got velo between innings on Savina. Luke, you have those. I don't remember what they were.
Yeah, he's sitting around 80 on the fastball. Off-speed stuff in the low 70s.
So not exactly what we've seen from opposing pitchers over the last couple of games. And we'll see if there's an adjustment period of sorts, with the only hit coming from Bennett Clement, which was kind of an awkward one, as that one's in the dirt. So maybe more Jamie Moyer-esque pitching, or Tom Glavine. The 1-2. Swung on a missed. Off the plate. His first strikeout of the game for out number 1 in the inning. We'll bring up Caden Konzak. Another lefty in this Joe's lineup. I believe there's just the 4 righties in the Joe's lineup, with Wimmers who can switch hit. There's that one. Dances Konzak off the plate. The Joe's very versatile in being able to put lefties out there to wreak a little havoc against right-handed pitching. As that one shot to Clark, had to backstep, catch the long hop. But we'll retire Konzak with ease for out number 2 here in the second. Seems like we're always having sort of pitcher's duels, at least in the starts of games here at home. We'll bring up Tristan Melvin, who had himself a phenomenal game yesterday. Interviewed him on the post game. So he went 3 for 4. Triple, 2 singles. And swiped the bag as well. 1-0 miss off. So Tristan Melvin climbs a little higher in that batting average. Everybody looking to chase down Grant Miller, who sits at the top with a 388 average. As that one's ripped. As they'll say they caught it in the air. My goodness. Diving play from Hagen will end the inning. So an L6 and another 0 on the board for Savina. Third inning coming up here from Foundation Field. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joe's Broadcast Network. Benjamin Sterrett looking to lead things off for the Grand Lake Mariners. Get things rolling against Clay Brock, who's been very good so far for the Joes. Has just allowed the 1 base runner off an E5. Left good stranded over there at third base. First pitch of Sterrett will be on that outside corner. Sterrett probably a guy you want leading off an inning, as he does lead the team in walks. The 0-1 will miss off the plate. Just a touch. Trying to expand the zone a little bit further on that one was Clay Brock, as that one probably missed a little ball off of where the last one was. But set up again on the outside corner is Wimmers. And again, that'll miss off the plate. 2 balls, 1 strikes to Benjamin Sterrett. It was Sterrett, Green, and Hagen here due up for the Mariners. And now 3-1. 3-1. And nobody out in the third. The first 2 innings have gone by rather quickly. Both pitchers semi-locked in. 3-1. High into the air. Tristan Melvin, the camp under it. Not have to move much. Make the catch for out number 1. Tristan Melvin, who we saw in batting practice. A lot of the most of the interns went out there, tried to field batting practice. It was a lot of fun just to kind of get out and be out on the field with a couple of the Joes. And Tristan Melvin was all business out there. Was hunting down stuff in the gap,
flying around.
As a catcher, Brandon Green will pull back a bunt. Grant Miller was very, very easygoing. He kind of just said, if I want it, I'll call you off, but go for everything. He was cheering us on. As the 1-0 going to find the inside corner.
Yeah, Melvin wasn't playing around out there. Melvin, I didn't see him drop a ball the entire time. And he covered, I mean, from center field all the way to the line, it seemed like. He was covering so much ground.
I want to find the inside corner. We'll look to continue that this season, trying to bring you guys some inside scoops, maybe a little bit, as we get that BP sort of action. As that one will frame it on the inside corner. Another backwards K for Clay Brock. Make that 2 strikeouts, both of them backwards. We'll bring up the beer batter here in the third.
Yeah, Brock really finding the form. Only 1 base runner so far through 2 2/3, and it came via that error.
Now 2 outs. Top of the lineup, Tucker Hagan. Breaking ball. Gonna miss just off the plate. One ball, no strikes. As that one will miss low. Looking for back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings is Clay Brock. As he's been dialed in there on the mound. That one chopped on the ground. Couple of bounces over there to AP. He'll fire over across the diamond. Make the play for out number 3. Another 1, 2, 3 inning as Parker Lester sprints off the field. My goodness. We'll be right back with the home half of the third. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joe's Broadcast Network. Bottom of the third inning, Parker Lester, Andrew Patrick, and Riley Hawthorne do up for the Joes. As they'll look to bring up more than just the 3. Scratch across the first run of the game. Just 1 hit on the game for the Joes. Parker Lester strides his way in. Lester got the day off yesterday. Hit that one on the ground. Vanderhaar will take it to the bag himself. 1 pitch, 1 out. For Savina, retires Lester, bring up Andrew Patrick. He's made a couple of dazzling plays in the field. Now gets a chance to have himself an at-bat. He's kind of been a tough guy to get a walk-up song for. A couple of them have been explicit. We've had to work around that and try to find one that was a little cleaner, family-friendly. As you know, Foundation Field, a family-friendly ballpark. It's the 0-1. Find the zone as well. Quick work for Savina. Puts Andrew Patrick down 0-2. To a breaking ball. Reaching all the way over, much like Bennett Clement did, as Andrew Patrick will foul that one off. Looking like the breaking stuff's got a very good bit of break on that outside corner. Saw Clement reaching for it. He was able to reach, though. And Andrew Patrick reaching as well. As they try to start the breaking ball in the inside corner this time, but that'll miss low. Andrew Patrick tied for the lead in walks. Would love to draw one here in this at-bat. So check his swing. He'll check down and say no, he did not. Didn't think that was more than just a little bit of a hip kind of check on that one. The bat didn't move much. Sam Lowe, Clay Badalak, and Andrew Patrick tied at the top with 8 walks. As that's a big swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Savina. That's number 2. Here comes the top of the lineup for the Joes. Riley Hawthorne. His second at-bat here in the third. With 2 outs. Savina has put down 5 straight Joes. Make that 6. Going back to the first. The first pitch will be bounced in. Brandon Green having a little bit of trouble picking that one up. Seems like it just gets a little darker over the next couple of innings. A little miss off the plate. Got a big dark cloud over us.
Yeah, lights already turning on. We're only in bottom of the third. Got really cloudy right around pregame.
So we'll find the outside corner. Yeah, it seemed like out of nowhere. It was a very sunny day and light clouds. But all of a sudden, boom, darkness. The 2-1 sent into the air. Going back is Hagan. Will make the play in shallow left field for out number 3. And both pitchers just kind of trading 1, 2, 3 innings. Either offense able to get something going. Top of the fourth coming up. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. Goods, Voorhees, and Seeker. Well, had to get something going for the Grand Lake Mariners against Clay Brock, who's been phenomenal so far for the Joes. That one's set high there. Walker Bridges going all the way over to the fence. But much like earlier, that one just on the left side of the fence. So Walker Bridges runs right into the fence. A little softer this time on the approach to the fence. Goods the only Mariner to reach base so far. The 0-1 finds the outside corner. A little chippy on that one from Donnie Goods. A couple of words for the home plate umpire. Will take his time to get back into the box. The one thing you don't want to do with 2 strikes is make the umpire unhappy.
You've got to swing the bat here.
Yes, he does. A tough play for Andrew Patrick. Going across the diamond. And Goods on again with an error. So something in the water, I suppose, with Donnie Goods and the way he hits the baseball. With back-to-back errors, he'll reach once again. Stays at first this time. It was the last time he got his way all the way to second. The leadoff base runner for the Mariners. We'll bring up Manny Voorhees. 0 for 1 like everybody on this Mariners team. That one's chopped to Walker Bridges. We'll field it on the backhand out of in foul territory rather. For the first strike of the at-bat. Clay Brock, 2 Ks through 3 innings. Struck out Hagan to lead things off. Struck out Green in the last inning. As that one will be back. The Mariners, a team that steals a decent amount of bases. Big jump and lead. There he goes. That one's hit into the air. Could be a double play. Andrew Patrick going to fire over in time. Ball pops out of the glove of Parker Lester. A surefire 6-3 double play. But instead, Goods gets back. And there's only 1 out on the board.
And Clay Brock has just had a tough time catching a break. Pitched really well, but there's just been a few plays behind him that probably should have gone his way that just haven't tonight.
You look at it, should be facing the minimum.
Yeah, that could be tough. You got to push through things like that. Brock's done a good job so far, though.
That'll find the outside corner. Back to business is Brock against Sam Seeker. They grounded out to Badalak his last time up. I've seen a double play on the other side for the Mariners as Badalak himself grounded into a 4-6-3 to end the first inning. No balls, 1 strike, and 1 out. So the runner takes off again. That one's set into right field. Going back is Konzak, and that'll hit off the base of the wall. Goods not getting a good round. Able to get there with ease. Let's score the first run of the ball game for the Mariners.
That ball was crushed by Seeker. It landed kind of on the base of the wall while also touching the ground kind of on that corner, but that ball was crushed into the gap. Initially it looked like it might be a fly out to right, but it just kind of spun its way into the gap, and no chance out there for Konzak and Wright to field that one on the fly.
4th double of the season for Sam Seeker. As that drop ball at first base really hurts the Joes now. As the first run of the game comes across for the Mariners. 1 ball, no strikes to Vonderhaar. He'll crush that one into left field. Going back is Tristan Melvin, and it's gone. So back-to-back big hits for the Mariners. Bring across 3 runs. And punching first here in the 4th is Grand Lake.
Vonderhaar, the team leader, I believe, in home runs coming into this one. That is indeed true. That's his 3rd of the season to extend upon his lead over the rest of the team here for Grand Lake. And after a couple kind of bounces went their way where Grand Lake was unable to capitalize, finally now they're able to make the most of their opportunities.
Brock right back to business. That's the one thing you kind of worry about after giving up a home run from a pitcher, is that they might be a little squarely around the zone. Right back into the zone against Carson Clark is that one will miss. Yeah, that one was absolutely demolished. That was definitely the best hard hit we've seen here in a couple of games. That one chopped on the ground to Badalak. He'll field it on the run, flip over to Parker Lester for out number 2. So circle Vonderhaar's name in the book as a guy you don't want to be leaving fastballs down the middle to. Bring up Jackson Howard. Grounded out to Badalak his last time up. It's the breaking ball in there for strike 1. So we've seen the Joes have to come back a couple of times during this homestand. Had to come back yesterday against the Copperheads and did so in the 7th. Won that game 4-1. There's the count now 2-1. Now to Hauer. Claybrock just looking to get out of this inning. Get the Joes back up to the plate. That one finds the inside corner. Howard jumping out of the way of that one. Don't think he thought that one was going to catch the inside corner, but it did. In the umpire's eyes. Take his time to get back into the box. 1-2. Just going to miss off. Good take. Up there from Hauer. Brock tried to get him to chase off the plate. The 2-2 finds the inside corner. Froze him. Strikeout number 3 for Claybrock ends the inning, but not before a couple of hits following an error. Put up 3 runs and 2 earned for Claybrock in the inning. 3-0 our score as the Joes will look to find their way back, chasing 3. Bottom of the 4th coming up. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. Bottom of the 4th, Clement, Wimmers, and Badalak. 2-3-4 for the Joes. We'll try to work something. The Joes now trail by 3. After a good offensive inning from the Mariners. We'll to do so again off of Savina. The first pitch to Clement. On the inside corner.
Sub 70, 69 miles an hour. That had good slide on it from Savina.
That one coming to hit. Clement, exactly what you want. Get the leadoff guy on board. Now we'll look for the middle part of this order to get something going. The Joes have just threatened the one time. Back in the first when Clement reached on the infield single. And when Clement and Wimmers, who both reached before a 4-6 play ended the inning and ended the rally. Nick Wimmers back up to the plate. Brandon Clement, who stole a base his last time on. That one's chopped on the ground. Only play will be over to first. As Clement kind of had to stop up on that one. That ball was right in front of him. 4-3 will be the first out of the inning. Retires Nick Wimmers to bring up Clay Badalak. Will look to change his fortunes. Grounded into a double play his last time up. But Savina's been very good. And just kind of controlling the zone. The Joes haven't really seen anything hit very hard. Could maybe point out just the Tristan Melvin line out. That one's chopped foul. Good with runners on, and specifically runners in scoring position. Getting in the high threes. Around 370 in the average. So look to get something going and cut into this lead. Bennett Clement takes off for third. Brandon Green has the throw. And he'll get around the tag. The throw, a good one from Brandon Green. Not sure if the tag was not applied in time by Voorhees over there at third.
That was a great jump by Clement, though. That was certainly a close play over there at third, and only done so because of his speed.
Clement swipes another bag. That's number 9. Climbs one closer to double digits. As that one's going to miss low. 2 balls, 1 strike to Clay Badalak. Two-one going to miss low, bounce away, but not far enough. In this South Division, have a couple guys at 12. There's Hines and Buzeo. And also Daneman on this team with 10. So Clement climbing the leaderboards just slightly. Still looking to hunt down the big guys at the top. Clay Badalak ahead in the count, 3-1, as that'll miss inside. So big walk, puts runners at the corners for Walker Bridges.
You know where to look here. Over on first, Clay Badalak. We would not be surprised to see some sort of maybe delayed steal or something just to try and get that runner home on third.
Saw it a little bit earlier in the season. Can't pinpoint which game, but we have seen it before.
He bluffed on the first pitch.
Might see that a little bit just to try to see what they're going to run. Try to draw, maybe see if the shortstop's going to come in and maybe try to cut it off or what play they're running. Walker Bridges look to negate any of that and put the ball in the outfield as that one is foul, but just barely. I'll tell you, that would have been a tough play for Voorhees. I think I would have liked that one to be fair.
He might have been able to go home with that, though, as Clement was deciding to go from third to home. Maybe Clement could have turned around and gone back, though, with nobody covering the bag. Who knows?
Bridges look to find the outfield. 0 for 1 so far. That one's set into center field. Coming in is Seeker. That drops in front of him. I thought for sure Seeker was going to have that. Looks like he misread it off the bat, and a big one-out RBI single for Walker Bridges. Gives the Joes a little bit of momentum. They score their first run of the ball game.
Yeah, a little bit of life, as you mentioned. That probably would have been an RBI anyway for Walker Bridges, but that was definitely, I thought, one that Seeker was going to catch. It was hit pretty well out to straightaway center, but should have been nothing more than a flyout probably. Seeker kind of hesitated off the bat, though, and then eventually made the decision to play it on the one hop. It took Bennett Clement by surprise on third base as he didn't get a late. He did not get off third base, rather, until a little bit later. Was still able to score without a throw.
So now 3-1 is Caden Konzak. Watch a ball off the plate. Walker Bridges, who's been very good over the last week or so. We mentioned that 2-home run outing against Licking County. And that big 7-game win streak for the Joes. Breaking ball going to come all the way back into the middle of the zone. Savina kind of relying on that one to get a strike over. You have to wonder when the Joes are going to kind of seek on that, especially when he's behind in the count. And maybe kind of crush it. That one's hit back up the middle. Savina going to go to second for one. And across the diamond in time, a 1-6-3 double play ends the inning. Second double play, the Mariners have turned defensively. But the Joes do get one across. And now trail it by 2, has scored a 3-1. Fifth inning coming up here in Hamilton, Ohio. You're watching Joes action on the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. Eight, 9-1 due up for the Mariners as they put across 3 runs just an inning ago. Clay Brock still on the mound. They stare at Green and Hagan. Looks to hang a big 0. Brings momentum back into that Joes dugout. That's a big swing and a miss on that one. Starrett 0 for 1. Flew out to Melvin his last time up. Yeah, one right back to Brock just over his glove. Badalak having to make the play up the middle. Goes across his body and in time for out number 1. Seeing a lot of Joes have to throw across their bodies. A lot of stuff to their backhands tonight.
Yeah, especially now that's the second time it's happened to Badalak. We've seen a couple hit up the middle, that time over the head of Clay Brock.
Good defensively. Have just had the 2 errors. One of them coming back to haunt the Joes, as that one will miss off the plate, I suppose. Brandon Green, 0 for 1. Catcher for the Mariners. And we'll take a big hack at that one. And even the count of 1-1. Green, one of the 3 strikeouts from Clay Brock. All of them looking. As he's been able to fool a couple Mariners batters. That one finds the outside corner. But able to kind of settle the ship after just 3 kind of blips, bumps in the road. That one will miss low. A good job going for the first time through the lineup. Little struggle in the 4-5 kind of region the second time, but other than that, it's been very good for the Joes. Have only allowed just the 3 hits. That one's ripped down the line as I start talking about it. There's hit number 4. Melvin misplays it out in the left, and Brandon Green's in there into second with his first hit of the ball game.
Yeah, that one was misplayed out in the left by Melvin. He tried to barehand it off the grass, and it took him probably 3 or 4 tries to do so. So Green took a long turnaround first, and was able to race into second standing up.
So a one-out base runner for Tucker Hagan. Leadoff man for the Mariners. 0 for 2 so far tonight. Still squared a bunt. Pop it straight up. Nick Wemmers will settle under it, make the squeeze. If you had to look up what a bad bunt looks like, that's probably the picture they show you right there. It'll be a pop out for out number 2 in the inning. We got Donnie Goods, who's reached twice, both on errors. And when again chopped. Fielded by Andrew Patrick, and in time. So successfully put down this time is Donnie Goods. And we get out of the inning clean. No runs. One runner left on for the Mariners as the Joes look to continue what they did in the 5th inning. The 6th inning coming up. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. So a big 0 hung up in the top half. We'll bring Melvin, Lester, and Patrick up for the bottom half as the Joes trail at 3-1 here in the 5th. Really just trying to get something going without any double plays. We talked about it in between innings. Double plays have just been the rally killers, the absolute bane of the Joes' existence tonight. But Tristan Melvin 0 for 1, but it was a beautiful play by Hagan. Ripped a liner to his right as he dove into the 2nd inning. But Melvin has hit the ball very well over the last couple of games, last couple of starts for him. No balls, 2 strikes. That'll be off the plate. Good job by Brandon Green just to kind of keep that one in front of him, I suppose. Tequila. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Tristan Melvin. And so foul that one off at the plate.
Joe's bats look good in the last inning. I think that even on that double play ball, they've seen the ball well in the box, just still trying to string a couple together.
That one's fouled off. It's kind of just been an adjustment of probably velocity, as Safina not exactly what the Joes have seen over the last couple of days, with guys throwing in the high 8s, low 9s. As reaching for that one is Melvin. Going to require a play from Brandon Green. That'll be made. Everybody's scoring at home. That's a K and a 2-3 put out. We'll bring up Parker Lester. Big lefty will look to get something going as he's 0 for 1 as well. Just the 1 run off 2 hits for the Joes. opposed to the Grand Lake Mariners, who have 3 runs off 4 hits. More crucially on that Jost line is the 2 errors. The first pitch to Parker Lester, ripped down the line, right into the glove of Vonderhaar.
Back to back.
Another 3 unassisted for Parker Lester.
On the first pitch again.
So liking what he's seeing, but unable to find a gap. We'll bring up Andrew Patrick. Just made a great play defensively. Running across to his left and throwing across his body, as many Joes have had to do tonight. And so reach for that one off the plate. So Savina's really thrown that breaking ball very well. It's got a lot of swings and misses on that. You kind of have to do that when your fastball's a little lower in the velo. Definitely not a fastball you can leave over the heart of the plate. 1-1. Will catch the outer third. Behind in the count is Andrew Patrick. Yeah, Savina looks to hang another 0. 1-2 bounced in. Off the chest of Brandon Green again. Really looking to get these Joe's batters chasing in the dirt. Luckily, have not seen anything that egregious so far. Just the 3 strikeouts on the card so far for Savina. That one will miss off the plate. A lot of Mariners players starting to make their way towards the dugout. But that one off the outer third, and a full count here with 2 outs. Andrew Patrick looking to reach base. It's got a bit of a 2-out rally for the Joes, as that'll be chopped on the ground to Clark. Couple of hops over to Vonderhaar for out number 3. And a 1-2-3 inning for Savina. Hangs a 0 on the board. So been through 5. Here comes the 6th inning. 3-1 our score. Grand Lake on top. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. Up for the Mariners here in the 6th. Clay Brock still on the mound in the 6th inning. And has not been in trouble much pitch count-wise. Throughout his start, has been very good at keeping the pitch count down, as that one sent out to Clement in center. Range over into the right center gap, make the catch for out number 1. So Voorhees, the 3-hole, down for the 3rd time tonight. We'll bring up Sam Seeker, who started the rally, so to speak, in the 4th. We talked about it in the break. Probably the 2 hardest hits we've seen from an opponent here at Foundation Field, coming from Seeker and Vonderhaar back-to-back. The first pitch will miss low. 3-1 our score. Mariners on top of the Joes, with all the scoring coming in the 4th. And Seeker ahead in the count 2-0. Clay Brock taking his time. Just kind of collecting himself there. But he's ready to go. Breaking ball going to miss off the plate. Maybe a little wary. Throw something real good to Seeker in this at-bat. As that one finds the zone as well. And now they count 3-1. So looking to work his way back is Clay Brock and avoid putting a one-out base runner on for the Mariners. As he finds it again, spinning around his Seeker is, I'm not sure where he thought that missed. Right down Broadway. And now looking for a big punch out here. Badalak on his left. Will field it cleanly, make the throw cleanly. So we like to see for out number 2, and Sam Seeker is retired. Badalak making that play for the second time today on Sam Seeker. We'll bring up the big man Vonderhaar. Luke Vonderhaar, the first baseman, has had some action over there defensively for the Grand Lake Mariners. That'll miss off the plate to him. So obviously had that big 2-run shot in the 4th.
That was the 5th 4-3 ground out of the game for this team.
So that will miss off the plate. Badalak's getting a lot of action over there.
Yeah, 5th time ball's been hit to him.
He's made every play without question. That one bounces away from Wimmers. So 2-1 to Luke Vonderhaar. Clay Rock looks to retire with 2 Mariners back-to-back. That hurt him in the 4th. As that'll find him on the hip. And Vonderhaar will reach for the 2nd time in a row.
Second baseman, Carson Clark.
So unable to get the super clean inning is Clay Brock. We'll have to go out of the stretch now to face Carson Clark. But has done well against this bottom third of the lineup with just 1 hit in the bottom 4. That coming from Brandon Green in the 5th. As the runner delayed steal. Throw from Wimmers. In time. Tried to catch Wimmers napping. He says no, sir. Cuts him down at second. And that'll end the inning. 3-1 our score. We go to the bottom half of the 6th. The Joes looking to get something going. They lead trail at 3-1. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. Top of the order, due up for the Joes. The exact part you want up, chasing runs. Hawthorne, Clement, and Wimmers. The Joes chase 2 here in the 6th inning. Well, Kanye West to get your groove on as Riley Hawthorne looks for his first time on base tonight. Let's put 2 balls to the right-hand side. Both of them recorded as outs. First pitch in the dirt.
Yeah, Jacob Savina's looked really, really solid outside of that 1 inning in the 4th when he hit a guy and walked a guy.
Big take from Riley Hawthorne to miss off the plate. You can say the same for Clay Brock.
Absolutely.
So both guys just kind of having one hiccup. Unfortunately, Brock's a little bit bigger. as Hawthorne sends that one high into the air. Seeker coming into the left center field gap. Had to go a long way for that one, but makes the catch for the first out of the 6th. We'll bring up Bennett Clement, who has reached base twice today in both plate appearances. Single stolen base hit by pitch stolen base. Stolen 2 bags, as we mentioned. He's trying to climb the ranks of the GLSCL South in terms of stolen bases. Has to go all the way to 12 or 13. Could do it in this game.
Good. It's already got 3.
First pitch to Clement, gonna miss, or gonna be in there for strike 1 rather. Clement, who came in hitting .349. We'll chop that one to the third baseman. Stabbed by Voorhees. A laser. So they say he got the foot back down. Voorhees let that thing loose.
Yeah, that ball was ripped over to first. High throw, though, almost cost him.
I think you heard Walker Bridges could throw the ball over at third and maybe wanted to do a little bit of throwing of his own. Clement does have the speed, so definitely requires the hard throw. But you mentioned almost made him pay on that one. But 2 outs now for Nick Wimmers. That one chopped on the ground. Vonderhaar going to field it, flip it over to Savina, who will step on the bag in time, and a 1-2-3 inning again, back-to-back in the 5th and 6th for Savina as we go to the 7th. 3-1 our score. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joe's Broadcast Network. Seventh inning, Clay Brock still on the mound as he's been able to keep that pitch count in check for 6 innings. Has just given up the 1 run, or the 3 runs rather, 2 of them earned. We'll face Clark, Hauer, and Starrett. One of us off the plate. Clark will get a chance to bat again as he was up for the ending of the 6th as Vonderhaar was throwing out, trying to swipe a bag off at Nick Wimmers. With Tumbo wag of the finger. Wimmers said no. But talked about it in his at-bat in the 6th. Clark, or the bottom 4 of this Mariners lineup, Brock's had their number. Aside from the 1 slip from Brandon Green, who doubled on the left field line. 2-1 shot to Patrick. I have to feel it on the backhand. Fire across the diamond in time. First time Brandon Green, or Clark's gone to the opposite field. Put down for the first out of the inning. We'll bring up Jackson Hauer. 0 for 2 as well. Now we've bounced in.
Hauer out of Dartmouth College, native of Erie, Pennsylvania. McDowell High School. You know who's a famous athlete, McDowell High School alum?
Off the top of my head.
Current NFL running back, James Conner.
Oh.
Also McDowell guy.
So stealing a bit of maybe some stardom off of him maybe. But goes to Dartmouth, so smart guy. I don't want to miss upstairs. Those Northeast schools, prestigious.
Ivy League,
for sure.
Joe's had a couple guys last year from Columbia, a few Ivy League guys around the GLSCL. I think 2 or 3 on this Mariners roster from Dartmouth.
3-0 will find the zone, and Clay Brock will begin his fight back in the at-bat against Hauer.
Yeah, 3 big green on this
Big
Mariners
green.
roster.
Love that.
Love it.
The 3-1, fouled off at the plate. Clay Brock has come all the way back yet again and brought the count to 3 balls, 2 strikes. He'll hunt for another strikeout. It hasn't been a big strikeout day for Brock. Looking for a big one here against Hauer. A 3-2. Shot down the line, but foul. And we'll do 3-2 one more time.
That was a golf swing from Hauer. That ball was almost on the ground when he hit it.
A big reach on that one.
Yeah.
Brock getting him to chase, exactly what he wanted, but was unable to get the swing and miss. See what he comes back with here. The 3-2. Another one. Looked like Hauer might have stuck chicken wing out there, but gets hit on the arm, and he'll reach with 1 out. His first time reaching tonight. Going on the hit by pitch. Lights fully on now here at Foundation Field. Us interns kind of have a new respect for those lights after going out there hitting a few ground balls after the loss against Xenia. That's a big swing and miss to stare it. Those lights very, very, very bright. You get a ball up in them, you completely lose it. So a lot of credit to these guys who come out here and make the great plays on a daily basis. The 0-1 finds the inside corner, and Clay Brock in control of the at-bat against Sterrett. I haven't said Sterrett's name much tonight as Joes haven't really put anything into left field. As he is the Mariners left fielder tonight. A time call. A loud and controlling time call. Wanted to make sure everybody heard it.
You hate to watch a pitcher throw a pitch that doesn't count.
1-2 going to miss off the plate. Just the one steal attempt for the Mariners tonight. We're a little used to seeing a couple more as we faced the Steam twice earlier in the week, and those guys love to steal bags like us. 1-2, chopped foul. And only stolen base attempt coming on a delayed steal from the first baseman Vonderhaar last inning. Took a beautiful throw from Wimmers, put it right on the pillow for the final out of that 6th inning. But Clay Brock trying to work his way through 7. A 1-2, gonna miss it off the plate. Has already gone the farthest he's gone the entire season. Went 5 innings against the Jazz. Just gave up the 1 hit and 5 strikeouts. Has given up 4 hits in this game and the 3 runs. That's going to be a stolen base attempt out of the glove of Andrew Patrick. Another good throw from Wimmers. But Hauer collects the stolen base. Good pitch to steal on. So we've seen the Joes steal on 2 strike counts because you know you're going to see something off speed. Give you a little extra boost to steal a bag, and That one was as close as it probably would have got at second. Full count, 3-2. That one's set into the air. Walker Bridges gonna call everybody off. Pagic will give way and he'll make the catch for out number 2. So 2 outs and 1 runner on. Hauer, who reached on a hit by pitch, stole second. That's Brandon Green. Has to take all the gear off and then strap the shin guard on. A lot of gear. See the shin guard. He's got the elbow guard. He's got the mitten in his back right pocket.
Yep.
So a gear guy is Brandon Green. Doubled his last time up as 1 for 2. As that one will miss inside. Action in the Joes bullpen. We see Dane Hall. Had a great outing his last time out.
Yeah, coming off his best outing of the year. Really, really looked good his last time out.
Over the same this time as the 1-0 swung on a miss from Brandon Green. Going to bounce away, but not too far from Wimmers. Update on your College World Series. The Rebs were up 4-0. We checked in the half of the inning. And still up 4-0. They're in the bottom of the 5th. 1 ball, 1 strike. That one shot foul. Brandon Green sitting on that one. Wasn't even looking fastball on that. Was able to foul it off. Seen both sides of the coin, a backwards K and a double. So Clay Brock hunts a big strikeout here to end the inning. Missing upstairs. We've seen the misses get a little further off, a little higher over the last inning or so from Clay Brock. They haven't been as close as you would like. The count even 2-2. Brandon Green again going to spoil one and send that foul. Let's get a little stoppage of play as the home plate umpire going to ask for a couple more balls. Who else but Chase Uppel to run him out? It's a little salute to the crowd. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The Mariners ahead by 2, 3-1 our score here in the 7th. I've not seen a run scored from any team since the 4th. And Clay Brock trying to keep it that way. Again, fought off from Brandon Green. Having himself a great couple of at-bats after the double in the 5th. That's kind of stretched Brock to his limit here in this one. Long pause getting the sign from Brock. 2-2. Shot up the middle. That's going to split the 2 outfielders. Bennett Clement able to get there and get it in time, but Brandon Green is second into the ball game out of the 9-hole. Get that ball hard as well and grabs an RBI.
Yeah, great at bat there from Green to just fight it off, fight it off, fight it off. And now doesn't look like the Joes are going to let Clay Brock finish out this inning, as his day is going to be done at 6 2/3. A little handshake to Tyler Thaman, and we're going to get a call to the bullpen as Dane Hall jogging out from the left side.
We'll be right back with Dane Hall after he throws his warm-up pitches. But you're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
One more time.
Dane Hall coming in, as we mentioned.
Batter.
The bigger of the two Halls, just by a couple inches. He'll come in and look to get the Joes out of the 7th. We'll face Tucker Hagan, top of the order for the Grand Lake Mariners. First pitch missing way upstairs. Dane Hall making appearance number 4. Pitch 1 2/3 innings, 4 strikeouts, 6 walks, 4 hits. As that one finds the zone for a 43.2 ERA.
90 miles an hour on the fastball from Dane Hall here early.
He looks to bring that ERA down just a little bit further and get the Joes out of the inning. That one almost hits Hagan. Hagan, who was hitless today, has not reached base, and all 3 times he's come to the plate. Strikeout, 6-3 put out, and tried to bunt his last time up, but popped out to Wimmers. There's a big lead from Brandon Green. Swinging is Hagan, sends that ball down the right field line. Heading over there was Konzak. Got closer than I probably thought he would. Able to make the play. That one bounces. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Dane Hall looks to get the Joes out of the inning. Keep the lead at 3. As Brandon Green singled and brought home Hauer. Dane Hall looking for strikeout number 5 on his season. Two going to miss off the plate. We've seen Dane Hall in his first 2 appearances kind of struggle with the walks. Give up 4 against the Scouts on the 7th of June and gave up 2 against the Steam back on June 12th. But in his last time, we mentioned, did very well against the Steam as they're not holding Brandon Green. He was taken off anyway. That misses off the plate. Hagan will reach for the first time tonight. So first walk of the night for Dane Hall. With the 7th walk of the season for him. Put 2 runners on, 2 outs for Donnie Goods. Was 0 for 3 himself. As that finds the outside corner. Goods, who was finally retired his last time up in the 5th after a 6-3 put out from Andrew Patrick, has reached twice, both on errors. Came around to score in the 4th after that Sam Seeker double. Long check. And now the 0-1 going to miss outside 1-1. Four to 1 our score. Mariners have scored 4 runs on 5 hits. And the Joes 1 run on 2 hits, 2 errors. It's the 1-1 a breaking ball. Get a point from Nick Wimmers on that one, as that's the pitch they wanted. But Donnie Goods doing a good job of leaving that one in the dirt. Bouncing lead out there from Brandon Green. As Andrew Patrick not even going to hold him. Very distracted out there with Brandon Green is Dane Hall. We've seen catchers steal bases in this league. Evan Ulrich with 2. A couple other guys, a couple bags. So that one will miss low. And climbing ahead in the count is Goods. It's not what you want to see from Dane Hall. You'd like to see him be around the plate. But a couple of his misses haven't been the best. The 3-1. Sent foul into the parking lot. And he's worked his way back full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Hagan at first, Brandon Green at second. And a 3-run lead hangs in the balance. Full count on the inside part of the plate, pushed off. And that'll load the bases.
Back-to-back full count walks for this top of the order for the Mariners. First 2 batters to see Dane Hall. And that's going to warrant a mound visit and an infield meeting.
What do you think Infinity's saying out there to him?
I have no idea, but Ryan knows him after coaching at Toledo for a little bit, so those two already know each other a good bit. There is a Joe warming up out in the bullpen as a lefty. I would not be surprised in the slightest in this situation to maybe see a guy like Casey Fink come in to pitch for the Joes, as it's been a little while since we've seen him on the mound. But obviously, still going to need some time before you can bring in anybody else.
Yeah, working with a little bit of pace out there in the bullpen, whoever it is. But a little motivation, a little pep talk from Ryan Finnerty, just to try to get Dane Hall to kind of fill it up. At the end of the day, we'll take singles, but you know what I mean. Like you don't want the walks will hurt you. You wanna leave it in their hands and not control what you can control. Back into the zone against Manny Voorhees. The Mariners are 0 for 19 with the bases juiced. So a good stat for the Joes. So that one will pop out of the glove of Wimmers off the plate. 1 ball, 1 strikes. So Manny Voorhees, who is 0 for 3. A couple of Mariners who are still 0 for. One. Swung on and missed. Good fastball there from Dane Hall. Love what we see on that one. 89 miles an hour on the outside corner, which I'd love to see the zone found. To find it here again. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. Dane Hall looking to retire Manny Voorhees and get the Joes back in the dugout. 1-2. Set in the left field. Tristan Melvin let that one bounce in front of him. Kind of lost it. They're trying to take third. And they'll be out. So 2 runs come across on that one, with Green and Hagan coming to score. Goods is throwing out at third. And the score now 6-1. It is stretch time here in Hamilton, Ohio. We'll be right back. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. Bottom of the 7th. The Joe's faithful kind of jazzing it up for the 7th inning stretch, looking to rally behind their Joes who are chasing 5. Just 1 run off 2 hits and those 2 errors as they chase 5. Score 6-1 here in the 7th. Badalack, Bridges, and Konzak. 2 of those 3 have reached base before. Looking to do so here in the inning. Put across a couple of runs to start their way back. Bunt squared. Bunted foul. Good idea on that one, just to try to create some chaos, reach base. You know what? Gonna miss off the plate. So Badalack, 20 of 40 on reaching base this season. Gonna do so here. That'll miss inside. And he's coming into today. Has reached base 1 of 2 times in this ball game. Walked in the 4th after grounding into a double play earlier. As that'll find the outside corner. Savina's lived on the outer third the entire night. We've only seen 2 Joes record a hit. One of them being Bennett Clement, who reached for a breaking ball off the plate. That one's laced down the line, but foul. Badalack, who came in hitting .357 with 10 hits. 2-2 will miss low, and another full count. Full count, will miss low, and Badalack will be a very crucial leadoff runner.
Very important chasing 4.
Third baseman.
Grand Meyer up in the Grand Lake bullpen. Right-hander out of the University of Findlay. Warming up as the Joes are hoping to chase Jacob Savina out of this game as he's kind of dominated them so far.
He's been lights out. 2 hits, 3 walks, and a hit by pitch. Walker Bridges will send that one into the air. Going back is Vonderhaar. We're out of room. That'll be strike 1. Saw Walker Bridges come up with a clutch his last time up. Had an RBI single that scored Bennett Clement. The Joes cut into that lead at the time. It was 3-1. Now the lead 6-1. Gonna need a little more this time. The 0-1 swung on and missed. Almost looked like a late swing from Bridges. But he'll go down 0-2, and that'll open the door for Savina's good breaking ball. Big jump and lead over there for Badalack. Prompt to step off from Savina. Badalack has swiped 3 bags so far this season. Bridges will chop that one, but just foul. Voorhees will field that one in foul territory. Savina looking to go the longest he has all season. Just went 6 innings against the Scouts in that 7-6 victory. He received the win. Gave up 3 earned runs on 8 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, and faced 27 batters. The ball's 2 strikes to Walker Bridges as the Joes look to chase Savina out of the game. And that one's set down by the bullpen. Looking very confident on what's going to be his home mound next year. Controlling it.
Well-controlled stuff there.
More balls delivered to the home plate umpire. We'll Get a little bit of a break. Savina back toe on the rubber. Bridges 1 for 2. Mentioned the single. Going to work his way on here. Oh, ripped that one in the left field right in front of Starrett. Badalak into second. And Bridges with the second hit of the ball game. The Joes in business.
Yeah, that was a great at-bat. Just battle, battle, battle until you get your pitch. And then Walker Bridges takes it off the end of the bat in the left. That's all you could ask for with the Joes chasing 5. You want those 2 guys to reach base to start the inning, as that kind of builds that momentum you need. And now a big at-bat coming up for Caden Konzak after this mound visit.
We'll bring the whole infield in.
Yeah, and I don't think that Savina is going to be taken out of the game just yet, as this is not head coach Tony Perez out on the mound for Grand Lake. So I think he might be able to go at least a little bit longer, but certainly just some time to calm things down.
So they'll break it up. Just a little confidence booster. We trust you and such and such. Up at 82 pitches is Savina. So getting close to that cutoff point, especially for some summer baseball. We'll face Caden Konzak. Looks to get something going. Keep this inning rolling for the Joes. He'll square out a great bunt. Misplayed from Savina. As that'll be an E1. Konzak will reach.
Outfielder Tristan Melvin.
So we'll go down technically as a sacrifice bunt. So it won't hurt the batting average, I believe.
Yeah, that's right. It won't.
The error
count
kind of
against
throws
him.
me off.
Yeah, well, so it won't count against Konzak. That will just go down like a walk where it doesn't count for anything.
Base is juiced for Tristan Melvin. Chop that one to the shortstop, go to second, or rather go across the diamond, and everybody's safe. So Badalak comes in to score, Bridges to third, Konzak to second. Konzak, he was booking it to second, as Hagen kind of had to take a long hop, second-guessed himself, and went across the diamond. Melvin ripping it down the line, beats it out with plenty of time. And here come the Joes.
Here come the Joes. Parker Lester has seen 2 pitches in this game. Both were ground outs to first, so we'll see if maybe he waits on it or if he's going to continue to attack.
And they'll wait, I suppose, at least for one pitch, as that one was not near the zone, and the Climate had 1 ball, no strikes.
First baseman Vonderhaar in on the infield grass. Middle infielders in double play depth for the Mariners.
Yeah, definitely willing to trade a run for a couple outs. That one will miss off the plate. Savina behind you the count 2-0. As Lester likely fastball hunting here on this one. Have to throw him something. You can't fall behind 3-0 and risk walking in the third run of the ball game. As that one will miss upstairs, and there it is. 3 balls, no strikes.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see this call for Parker Lester. Gotta think he's got the red light here, but you never know.
Red light like the gloves. As that one misses upstairs. So a big walk from Parker Lester. He'll reach for the first time today, and that'll be the end of the day for Savina.
Yeah, Savina's done. That's an unfortunate way to end the outing for him. He had a really, really good first 6 innings, and tough that these struggles here in the 7th are going to have to take away from that for him, because he was really just dominant over these Joes hitters for the majority of his outing. But on the flip side, I mean, the Joes are in business now. The tying run is on base. There's nobody out. And you got a guy who's due, and Andrew Patrick coming up, and then right after him, the top of the order. So this is the time to get it done for the Joes as the new pitcher comes in. Quite a jam for Grant Meyer to work his way into. We'll see what he does to try and make his way out of it, or if the Joes are able to somehow, some way find their way back into this game.
We'll be right back with all the new stats of the new pitcher as the Joes put up 2 runs to cut. So Grant Meyer comes in a big spot against Andrew Patrick, who is 1 for 2 with the bases loaded this season, and this seems to be the break for the Joes, Luke.
Yeah, this is a Joes team that has struggled to find offense all night until this inning, but this is the make or break point for the Joes. The momentum is building, and now you got to think it's either about to deflate or burst at the seams, it feels like, with Andrew Patrick coming in down by 3. Bases loaded, nobody out. Huge at-bat, maybe one of the biggest ones of the season for Patrick so far.
Face Grant Meyer, we've talked about. As he'll foul the first pitch he sees off. Grant Meyer, 6'4", junior right-hander out of the University of Findlay, hometown of Coldwater, Ohio. You know where Coldwater is?
Coldwater up nearby, I think, Salina.
Coming in his 4th appearance and probably the biggest one so far. 3 games, 3 innings pitched, 5 Ks and 6 walks. No hits allowed so far for Grant Meyer. Needing a big hit here for Andrew Patrick as that one finds the zone. Collective groan from the Joes faithful. That one probably not the best call we've seen all night, but down 0-2 is Andrew Patrick back against the wall here in his 3rd at-bat. Is 0 for 2 so far. Strikeout, ground out. The 0-2 hit on the ground. Bobbled. The only play will be to 3rd as Voorhees steps on the bag. That'll be a fielder's choice. Andrew Patrick will reach. Konzak coming to score, and the runners will stay at 1st and 2nd.
Yeah, not necessarily the best outcome you could think of for Andrew Patrick, but still certainly not bad, especially after that ball was hit on the ground. He hit it hard enough where a double play was pretty much out of the question, so you'll take the run, and the tying run still at first base now.
Put down on the 5 unassisted, but still in business are the Joes. As the top of the lineup, Riley Hawthorne will watch the ball off the plate. Hawthorne 0 for 3. Seeing a couple of guys who have not recorded a hit today coming up in big spots. Riley Hawthorne trying to continue that trend. Still batting against the righty. We've seen him park one last time against the Grand Lake Mariners on the road. Is that one off the plate? 10 RBIs for Riley Hawthorne with runners in scoring position. Exactly the guy you went up with the plate, maybe aside from Grant Miller, who has the league, or the team leader rather, in RBIs. Riley Hawthorne right behind him on that list. That'll find the outside corner. Riley Hawthorne, who's had a couple of days off, gets his at-bats now as he hits .318 on the season, 14 hits. You mentioned those 10 RBIs, all of them coming with runners in scoring position. Ahead in the count 2-0. That one hit back up the middle. Hagen going to flip it over. And a 6-4-3 inning-ending double play, rally-killing double play. Another one, third double play that Joes have hit into tonight. But they do manage to cut the score down. Now only trailed by 2, 6-4 our scores. We head to the 8th inning. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.
Tonight's nonprofit of the game is Emergency Money Fund. EMF helps you help others by providing one-time assistance when people run into unexpected expenses. Utilities, medical bills, and rent are just some of the ways this organization helps neighbors in need. Let's root on Joe's pitching to 11 strikeouts to benefit tonight's nonprofit of the game.
Strikeouts not been the complete game of the Joe's pitching staff tonight, as we've only just seen the 3 from Clay Brock, who was relieved in the 7th for Dan Hall, who pitched a third of an inning, and will now give way to Zach Breeden, who pitches on his home mound. So 2 Miami Hamilton guys throwing in this game, and Savina and now Breeden will face Seeker, Vonderhaar, and Clark. First time Seeker will see a lefty. Let's get a big lefty-on-lefty matchup here. Bunt, tried to drop one down, did Seeker. Will bunt that one well foul. Zach Breeden, record of 1-0. Came in that Copperheads win when they won on the road. I believe that was the run rule victory.
Yes, it was.
Has pitched 9 2/3 innings, 9 strikeouts, 6 walks, 6 hits, and a 2.79 ERA. And that one sent out to Melvin in left. Can't see it, but recovers and makes the catch. My goodness. Definitely a gasp kind of came out on that one as Melvin threw up the hands, couldn't see it, but able to recover it.
Absolutely. That was a tough play up in the lights, but luckily Melvin was able to recover that one pretty quickly after he lost it and just trotted back more towards the line.
Tip of the cap from Nick Wimmers on that one, who just happy Melvin came down with that one. We'll bring up Luke Vonderhaar. As the first pitch will be off the plate. Had that big 2-run home run in the 4th. That is the decider so far. You want to pick one out. That'll miss off. He hit foul out of play. Breeding more strikeouts than walks. Looking for a couple of big Ks right here. Get Joe's back into the dugout. Keep that momentum on the third base side. 1-1. Gonna miss upstairs. Been a game much like we saw the first week of the season, where just kind of the errors were the misdoing of the Joes. Vonderhaar rips one back up the middle.
Joe's playing really wide in the middle of the infield.
Playing the pull, playing the push. Vonderhaar splits the 2 middle infielders and gets his second hit of the ball game.
Second baseman Carson Clark.
Vonderhaar will reach for the 3rd time today. Was caught stealing his last time on base. Tried to catch the middle infield and Wimmers sleeping on a delayed steal, but Wimmers put a great throw to retire the inning at that time. Carson Clark get his 4th at-bat of the game. 0 for 3 so far. I said it to almost every Joe's infielder except for Walker Bridges. That one catches the outside corner. Good breaking ball from Breeden on that one. He's always going to sit about mid to high 8s. That breaking ball always going to be very good from him. The 0-2. Going to miss up and out. Carson Clark, who's played second base for the Mariners in tonight's proceeding, has been good defensively so far. There's no real blemish on the board for the Mariners, just the 1 error so far. So that coming off the hand of the pitcher Grant Meyer. Carson Clark was trying to find the 200 mark on the season, came in hitting 190. So that one's chopped on the ground, fielded by Andrew Patrick. Throw across the diamond. Parker Lester just kind of getting off the bag, trying to body that one up. As Carson Clark will reach on an infield single. Be a tough play for Andrew Patrick. But a great play to see him make, as he's made some great plays tonight already. But 2 runners on for the Grand Lake Mariners here in the 8th. We'll bring up Jackson Howard. So that one almost gets away from Breeden. So Breeden, after retiring the leadoff man and seeker, has given up 2 singles. Now sits with 2 runners on and just the 1 out. Trying to keep this lead where it is. That fastball pumped by the bat of Howard. Would really love to see a double play of our own from the Joes. It feels like that's really been one-sided stat so far. So that catches the inside corner. We see a 9 pop up on the radar gun. Zach Breeden touches 90 on that fastball. Climbs ahead in this at-bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, and 2 runners on in the 8th inning. So that one finds the inside corner. Howard trying to dance out of the way with it, but clips the inside corner. And another strikeout for this Joe's staff. That's just 4. But all of them looking. Howard down on strikes for the 2nd time today. That one looking back in the 4th. We'll bring up Benjamin Starrett.
First strikeout in a while for this Joe's pitching. Yep.
Breeden will get another lefty and Ben Starrett. 0 for 3. Like a couple guys in this Mariners lineup. Fly out, ground out, pop out. Popped out to Walker Bridges last time up. Takes a big hack at the breaking ball. You're going to see a lot of that from Breeden when that pitch looks as good as that does. A 1-1 is Starrett tried to call time on that. Got the bat back on the hand back on the bat. But didn't matter as that ball was upstairs. The count now 2-1. So we saw Dane Hall kind of miss the zone a little bit in his third of an inning. We've seen Breeden able to be decently around the zone. I haven't seen the misses be too bad so far. And it's just given up the 2 hits. Three balls, 1 strike to Ben Starrett. It's Breeden trying to get out of this inning. Hang a big 0 on the board for the Joes. And that won't do it. That'll miss inside and load the bases.
That brings up probably the hottest bat in the Mariners lineup, maybe outside of Luke Vonderhaar. As Brandon Green, the 9-man, is 2 for 3 with a single and a double.
Had an RBI in that 7th inning where the Mariners put 3 across. The Joes answering with 3 of their own in the bottom half of the inning. But now the Mariners threaten again. First pitch to Brandon Green, hit out in the center field. Bennett Clement going back will make the catch in the right center field gap. And that'll end the inning. A loud out number 3 from Brandon Green. But an out number 3 nonetheless. Hangs a big 0 on the board. Into the bottom of the 8th we go. The Joes looking to keep things rolling offensively and mount a bit of a comeback. We'll be right back. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. Bottom of the 8th inning. Bennett Clement, Nick Wimmers, and Clay Badalak, 2, 3, and 4, due out for the Joes as they look to build on the 3 runs they put up in the 7th. some new life here at Foundation Field as everybody's very much more happy with the game being cut down. Joe's trailed by two for most of the game. Trailed 3-1 after a couple runs in the fourth. But Bennett Clement looking to start things off for the Joes. And no watch went upstairs. Grant Myers still on the mound for the Mariners. Came in and just gave up the one base runner. Got a fielder's choice and a 6-4-3 double play to end it as that one misses off the plate. But the thing to note about Grant Meyer is that the walks are higher than the strikeouts at 6-5. And walked 4 in his last time out against the Scouts. He goes hunting. Fist that one. And out into right field. Good's going to settle under it, make the catch. For the first out of the inning, we'll bring up Nick Wimmers, who has reached base one time and is 0 for 2. It's been great behind the dish, has Nick Wimmers. A big caught stealing. Also threw out one of the runners, I believe that was Goods, who was trying to swipe an extra bag after a single. But we've talked about pregame and all the sorts. Ethan Bobo, who is the saves leader, does sit in that bullpen. Don't know if he's throwing for the Mariners currently. That one finds the outside corner. But always good to have a guy like that in your back pocket. So Bobo kind of the Mariners' Chase Hopewell of sorts. Except Chase can start games and go well. 1-1 off the outside corner. And Nick Wimmers now in the count 2-1. Looking for any way on, any way possible. Just to kind of get something going. Saw a couple walks in that 7th inning that kind of sparked a bit of a rally for the Joes. As Nick Wimmers takes a big hack at that one. The count leaving it 2-2. 6 runs off 7 hits, no errors for the Grand Lake Mariners. The Joes 4 runs off 5 hits and 2 errors. A couple of shakes out there from Grant Meyer. Not sure if coordinated or he just didn't like the pitch, but we'll see. The 2-2 misses off the plate. That was a fastball. I have to wonder if Brandon Green wanted the breaking ball. But we did see Tristan Melvin, or I rather Walker Bridges, hit the breaking ball in the left field in the 7th inning. I have to wonder if he's not entirely confident with it. We're all full here on the at-bat for Nick Wimmers. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. The Joes looking for a base runner, and they'll get it. That one misses off the plate. First walk issued by Meyer in his appearance. Bring up Clay Badalak. Reach base. Back-to-back at-bats. As we mentioned, is the leader in walks, or was tied coming into today.
Yeah, and he's got
walked twice. Yeah,
2 in the game, so.
Fully ahead, looking for a way on any way possible. It's a long pause from Grant Meyer. And we'll find the outside corner. Badalak came around to score in the 7th after leading things off. Kind of kick-started the Joes offense in that inning. It's back-to-back fastballs on the outer third. Put Badalak down in the count 0-2. I haven't seen a lot of the breaking ball from Grant Meyer so far in his first couple of batters. The 0-2 Swung on and missed. So Badalak will go down on strikes for the first time today. Be Grant Meyer's first strikeout. Bring up Walker Bridges, who put together a great at-bat his last time up. And an even better one in the fourth that brought home an RBI. And that one-run fourth inning for the Joes. Long pause as Meyer very preoccupied with Nick Wimmers over there at first base. I believe does not have a stolen base on the season. I don't even think he's attempted one. Part of just a couple of guys who don't have stolen bases. It's a start. A little start-stop from Wimmers. That's a foul ball at the plate. Maybe Wimmers, Palmieri, and Lester, the only Joes not to record a stolen base so far this season. And we'll excuse Palmieri so far since he's only had 2 games played. No balls, 1 strikes to Bridges. Wimmers over there at first as Bridges shoots that one up the middle. Flip it. Barehanded grab by Clark. After the throw from Hagan, the feed from Hagan was a bit off. The 6-4 put out brings us to the 9th inning. The Joes trailing by 2. 6-4 our score. We'll be right back with the 9th inning. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. Top of the 9th inning. They bring on Jack Rutz for the Joes. We'll spell the end of the day for Zach Breeden, who comes in and hangs a 0. Joes were unable to get anything going in the 8th. Still trail by 2, 6-4 our score. The Joes look to make it 2 in a row. The Mariners trying to end a 2-game losing streak. Lost to the Jazz 18-5 and lost to the Copperheads 6-2 earlier in this week. Is that going to miss off the outside part of the plate? Jack Rutz, a lefty out of Tiffin.
Tiffin, yep.
A couple of Tiffin guys around the league. I believe it's our only Tiffin guy here on the Joes.
Now they got, what's his name? Cal Brazier, too.
Brazier, yes.
Canadian. He's not in the lineup.
1-1 now to Hagan, leadoff man for the Mariners. I'll find the outside corner. And the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes, is Rutz. To lower that ERA. He'll miss off the plate. Just the 2 appearances, and both against the Mariners. Recorded the loss in that 5-2 victory on opening week, and then pitched in the run rule victory later in week number 2. During that, Joe's big 7-game win streak was great in that appearance. Faced 3 batters, just walked 1, no hits, no strikeouts, and no runs as the counts run full to Tucker Hagen, and that'll miss off the plate. So Hagen walked on back-to-back at-bats, or plate appearances, rather.
Right fielder, Donnie Goods.
Put a leadoff base runner on for the Mariners. You would have loved to see the leadoff man be retired if you're the Joes. But the Joes staff has actually been pretty good at keeping leadoff base runners off. I believe we've just seen it once today. That's now the 2nd time as Goods will watch that one in the outside corner. Goods was the only leadoff base runner to reach before Hagen. Reached in the 4th on an error. An interesting day at the plate for him. 2 errors, a ground out and a walk, and a run scored, that coming off the time he reached on an error. And now behind to the count, 0-2. Jack Grutz hunts a strikeout. It would be a good one. Secure some momentum here in the inning. Maybe we just see a little 6-4-3 action. The 0-2 hit on the ground. Badalak will misplay it off the hop. It'll bounce into center field. And that'll be error number 3 on the Joes. Badalak, who's been very good so far this season in terms of errors, has just committed the 1. As that's now number 2 and number 17 on the season for the Joes.
Yeah, Badalak was thinking double play the whole way there, and I think it kind of distracted him. Once that ball took a 2-hop, maybe he second-guessed himself, as it would have been a tough play to get 2 and wasn't able to secure the ball.
Got a little excited because I almost called it, the double play, but called the wrong starter, and that might have upset the baseball gods. Still nobody out. As the first pitch to Voorhees going to miss inside. Voorhees 1 for 4. And that 2 RBI single in the 7th when Goods was gunned down at 3rd to end it. But 2 runs did come across, scored Green and Hagen. Ruts looking for a better result here in this at-bat. Big swing and a miss from Voorhees, fall all the way across the plate. Looking to launch that one and didn't get anything of what he wanted. One ball, one strike, nobody out, 2 runners on. Hagen and Goods, 1-2 in the Mariners lineup. 1-1 to Voorhees. Almost comes in and gets him. Wimmer's going to field it, throw it, get the trailing runner, but everybody's safe. As 2 runners advance on the wild pitch. And the Joes will bring the infield in. Just looking for an out to get the ball rolling in the 9th. As 2 runs seems very manageable for the Joes with how well we hit the baseball. You'd hate to see them try to dig out of a bigger hole as that one's hit out of play. On deck sits Sam Seeker, who had an RBI double in the 4th. Even at 2-2. A pitch from Ruts. And a miss inside. Not an absolutely terrible thing to happen if you walk him. You do have a base open, but you'd love, love, love to get a strikeout here on Voorhees. So we're full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 runners on. As that one shot back up the middle, Voorhees stays hot. He's going to bring 1 home for sure. As Voorhees rounded hard. Throw goes into second. And now a throw comes to the plate. Tag in time. Cuts down the runner. Wild play all the way around. Voorhees in the second had an RBI. Hagen came in to score. Goods again. Cut down, trying to advance. This time 6-2 on the putout. So an RBI for Voorhees, and the lead now grows to 3 for the Mariners. But you do take 2 runners off the bases and collect the 1 out. We'll bring up Sam Seeker. Still just the 1 out for Sam Seeker, as the first pitch will miss off the plate. Seen Rutz just kind of struggle finding the zone. When he does, he kind of leaves it in some vulnerable areas.
Got another pitcher warming up in the Joe's bullpen. Looks like as an emergency. It's a right-hander.
The 1-0 bounced in. Wimmer's going to recover it, but not in time as Voorhees in with a head-first slide into third. And Rutz really kind of just struggling to find that bottom part of the zone. That's 2 wild pitches in the inning. Both of them bounced in to Wimmers. Two balls, no strikes to Seeker as the infield comes in. And that'll miss upstairs. Saw the Joes have a very rough 9th inning like this when the steam came to Foundation Field for game number 1 against those guys. We're going to avoid that here. That'll miss out, and that'll be ball 4. So Seeker reaches base for the 2nd time in the game. Had a double previously.
And here comes Tyler Thaman. I don't know if this is going to finish the day for Jack Rutz,
Pitcher
but it
is
very well
coming in.
might, and the pitcher's going to come out. So Rutz not able to finish here in the 9th, records 1 out. And now we'll have runners on the corners for a new pitcher coming in. Righty trying to plug the hole for the Joes as they look to keep this within 3. We'll return in just a moment. Top of the 9th action from Foundation.
A new pitcher, Wyatt Fisher, coming to face Vonderhaar with runners at the corners and 1 out here in the 9th. Joe's trailing by now 3 as the Mariners have scratched 1 across in the inning. Wyatt Fisher out of Cedarville U. Sophomore 6'1" right-hander. So we get a steal attempt, and they'll just hold it as a loud no comes over from the dugout. A stolen base for Sam Seeker. Put runners at second and third, and the Joe's infield will come in again. 1-0. Going to be fouled off. Fisher, who's seen the Mariners before in that run rule victory, went 3 innings, 2 hits, 2 strikeouts, and faced 10 batters. They can compare its number 4 for the Joes, an ERA of 1.28 in 7 innings pitched, 8 strikeouts, 2 walks, 7 hits allowed. So a guy you like to have come out of the bullpen in this spot, as that won't find the zone there. Slider that just didn't break enough. Left up and in.
78 miles an hour on the off-speed stuff for Wyatt Fisher.
Vonderhaar, who we've mentioned has been hot at the plate so far for the Mariners. Has himself 2 hits. Has that big 2-run bomb in the 4th. Single in the 8th. Was left stranded in the 8th as we were able to wriggle out of that. Breeden was able to hang a 0. Nowhere to put, or 1 base open for Vonderhaar. The 3-1 comes in. Will be missed off the plate, and that'll load the bases.
3 walks now for the Joes in this inning, along with the single and the error. If it wasn't for Goodes being thrown out at home, things could be even worse than they are now for the Joes. Wide gap on the right side of the infield up the middle, in between second baseman Clay Badalak and the base.
Almost like he's trying to be in bunt sort of defense. Yeah, but not really in double play positioning, if
No,
you could
not
call
at all.
it that.
Yeah.
Andrew Patrick, definitely the closer one, that's for sure. They're playing full pull on Clark. Clark 1 for 4. Singled in the 8th, was left stranded. And it's grounded out 2 times to the right-hand side to both Lester and Badalak, and then grounded out in the 7th to Andrew Patrick. As that'll miss off and out the plate. So Walker Bridge is the only one not to receive a ground ball from Clark so far in this game. Would love to see one here. Maybe a 5-2-3 or a 5-2 or something big on a double play. It's 2-1. Foul back. So now ahead in the count with an opportunity for a strikeout. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bases juiced and 1 out. Joe's just trying to get out of this 9th inning with as minimal damage as possible. They chase 3 right now. But looking for any sort of momentum. Let's come back into that Joe's dugout for the home half of the 9th. A 2-2. Gonna miss upstairs. And now in danger of walking or running is Wyatt Fisher. Count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bases loaded. Voorhees at third, Seeker at second, and Vonderhaar over there at first. Wyatt Fisher, who came in to face Vonderhaar in relief for Jack Rutz. Full count. Swung on and missed. Big strikeout. Gets the swing from Carson Clark. Big out number 2.
Yeah, good pitch that just runs up in on the hands to Clark. Takes a big swing and a miss, and now maybe a chance for Wyatt Fisher to take a bit of a breath as he can get an out in any way, shape, or form to escape this jam.
Collective Joe's defense probably taking a whole big deep breath here. Big exhale with 2 outs. And Hauer up at the plate. And he'll send that ball high into the night sky. Walker Bridge is calling everybody off. Middle of the infield will make the catch for out number 3. So just the 1 run could have been a lot worse for the Joes. Now only trail 3. So 7-4 our score. We go to the home half of the ninth. It's time to pump it up here at Foundation Field. You're watching the All Well Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network. Konzak, Melvin, and Lester. It's go time here at Foundation Field. The Joes chasing 3, 7-4 our score. In the middle of the order to try to do some damage. Caden Konzak will look for his first hit of the ball game or any way on. Has reached base just once tonight. Came on that sack bunt that was an error from Grant Meyer at the time. Or rather, I think it was Savina. Step off from Calvert. Got a new pitcher on the mound, Ryan Calvert. We will not see Ethan Bobo from the Grand Lake Mariners. As he will pump that outside corner for the first strike of the at-bat. Fireballer, 91.
91 on the fastball. Great first pitch to command that outside corner from Ryan Calvert as he gets this save situation going.
That's a record of 1-1 so far as that one's fouled off. One win, 1 loss, a 2.07 ERA, making appearance number 5. 8 2/3 innings, 6 Ks, 3 walks, 7 hits. And got to win his last time out against the Settlers. Went 2 innings of no-hit baseball, no-run baseball. Had the 1 strikeout facing 6 batters. Konzak down to the count, 0-2. We'll foul that one off.
Yeah, upset day in the GLSCL. All 3 of the teams atop the North Division all fall.
Whew. Tough day to be a North leader. The 0-2. Back up the middle off the glove. It'd be a tough play. My goodness, what a play from Hagen. Keeping track at home, that's a 1-6-3. As I think if he doesn't get a glove on that, that might be a single. No one had some steam rolling up the middle. But Calvert flashes the glove, hits off of it, kicks over to Hagen, who has to make a running throw across his body. And even a good job by Vonderhaar over there to keep a foot on.
Yeah, he almost came off, but he was just able to keep that back heel on it. What a play over there at short from Hagen.
One out now in the ninth. They'll bring up Tristan Melvin. As he'll swing through the breaking ball for strike 1. Tristan Melvin had the RBI single in the 7th. He's hit the ball hard twice out of his 3 at-bats. And the big line out. Another good play by Hagen. That was back in the 2nd. Stole a run from Tristan Miller, or a hit rather. Down to the count 0-2. I mentioned fastball up at 91, slider mid-70s, high 70s. It's a good mix from Calvert as that one missed off the plate. Just needed something to get going here for the Joes. Only trail by 3. You have to think if you just get a couple of base runners on, the mood will start to change, the momentum will start to swing, but it all starts with Tristan Melvin. We'll send that ball in the right field. Coming in and making the catch is Goods for out number 2. Thought that one might have been a little bloop in the right field, but was unable to get down. Goods playing a bit shallow out there in right field.
Yeah, he was playing towards the push shot, just dumped over there and right. Came in on it, no problem. Now Parker Lester, the last chance here for the Joes.
Joes down to their final out. Bottom of the 9th, trailing by 3. Parker Lester, who is 0 for on the day. Hit that ball. Calvert again making an athletic play. 1-3 will end the game, and the Joes drop another game at home. 7-4 our final score as Joes drop a close one, and just a couple of errors went the wrong way of the Joes. They'll move to 10-6 on the season. Final line score: Grand Lake Mariners 7 runs on 8 hits. The Joes 4 runs, 5 hits, 3 errors, and those errors playing a little bit of a factor for the Joes. We'll be back on the road tomorrow. We'll go on the road to McBride Stadium to face the Jazz. Nick Westpoli and I will have that call for you. And then we'll be back at home on Monday to face the Jazz again. A home and away type of series. But stay tuned as we'll have the post-game show. Brought to you by the Casual Pint. 7-4 our final score. Joes drop a close one to the Grand Lake Mariners. We'll be right back. You're watching the All Wealth Hamilton Joes Broadcast Network.